Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
I'm David from Sunningdale. This is my pal Tom from Streatham.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Ellie. This is my boyfriend Adam. We live in Altrincham.
Couple number three.
Hello, I'm Emily. This is my mum Maxine, and we're from Wolverhampton.
And finally, couple number four.
Hello, my name's TJ. This is my wife Sarah, and we're from Leeds.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very warm welcome to the show. Lovely to have you here on Pointless. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. His red line today is right up to here. It's my Pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. How lovely to have you here. Two new pairs. Two pairs you've had before. I had very different shows last time. Ellie and Adam got through to the head-to-head. It's their last show today. Now, Emily and Maxine. First show last time. Joined the 200 Club.
Yeah.
These things happen. Okay. Back in the old days when people would only do two shows, there were a few members of the 400 Club. Not that many, but a few. 200 Club, 200 Club. Never had anyone who's been in the 600 Club, which is to come back and do it 3 shows in a row. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying we still have that possibility. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now, Paul and Rachel didn't win the jackpot last time, so we're adding another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,250. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Remember, it is the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated, so if you keep your scores nice and low, you have nothing to fear. Best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category this afternoon is the UK music charts. What's wrong with that? Oh, really?
You wait.
Oh, this will be fun. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns singles that spent 9 weeks or more at #1. Richard.
Yeah, on each board, we're going to show you the title of one of the longest ranking #1 singles of all time. You just have to tell us who had #1 with these songs, please. 7 on the first board, 7 on the second, 14 in all to have a go at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So, who are the artists who had hits, #1 hits indeed, with these? Everything I Do It For You, 1991. Shape of You, 2017. I Believe, 1953. I Will Always Love You, 1992. Mull of Kintyre, 1977. Bohemian Rhapsody, 1975. And One Dance, 2016. There we are. David, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Tell us all about yourself, David.
Many moons ago, I used to be a legal aid solicitor specialising in crime. So I was in and out of prison when I was a young man, my formative years. But I always had a bug for travel, so then I joined an airline and became crew. So spent the last 30-plus years travelling around the world.
So what a brilliant thing to be able to do. So your aircrew, how often do you fly? And what sort of time do you have off between flights and things like that?
Not long enough as to get to my age, I can assure you. But, yeah, 3 or 4 days from the Far East, and when we used to go down to Australia and New Zealand. States now, 3 days, yeah. So we get some rest.
Nice.
We used to do 3-week trips, so everything's easy now because we're home in a matter of a few days.
David, I hope this board isn't as bad as you were anticipating. I hope there's something up there that you can
No, it's
have a
not
go.
as bad as I anticipated.
Good.
Thank you, Alexander. I Will Always Love You.
Thank you. It's nice.
Of course. I'm going to go for Dolly Parton.
OK, I Will Always Love You, Dolly Parton. Let's see if this board is as bad as David thought. Dolly Parton. No, I'm sorry, David. Not Dolly Parton.
Sorry, David. Yeah, she did write it. She did write I Will Always Love You, but she's not the one who had the big #1 with it, I'm afraid.
Thank you very much indeed. I forgot. She did write it.
It's an educated wrong answer, that's for sure.
Yes, I know who it is now. Too late.
There we are. Ellie, welcome back. Lovely to have you with us again. This is your 3rd and final shot, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
At that Pointless final. Tell us more about yourself, Ellie.
I love watching ballets and musicals.
Which do you prefer? Which between the ballet and musical? What do you reckon?
Probably musicals. Although I think my dance teacher won't be thrilled at that because I have danced since I was 4, so...
So you're abandoning ballet.
Yeah.
What's your favourite musical? Do you have one that you've been to see a million times?
I've seen Billy Elliot and I love that, although my best friend's from Durham and she always says that the accents are really bad. So
OK, Ellie, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for Shape of You, Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran, says Ellie. Let's see how many of our 100 people got Ed Sheeran for Shape of You. Ed Sheeran's right. Well, 100 is our high score. So all of this is money in the bank. There we are, 30 for Ed Sheeran. Well done.
Yeah, that song spent 14 weeks at #1, 13 weeks consecutively. And for most of those 13 weeks, one of his other songs was #2 as well at the same time. So it's that's quite a chart run. Harry Styles knocked him off the #1 spot eventually, and then he went back for a final week.
Thank you very much indeed. Emily, welcome back. Tell us more about yourself.
So I work with my mum. She's actually my boss. But I recently, well, about 2 years ago, lived in Australia for just under 2 years on a working holiday visa.
Oh, how nice. What did you get up to there?
So we travelled round most of the time, but to get my second year, I had to do work in agriculture. So mainly worked on an almond farm, and we helped plant 250,000 almond trees.
Wow.
Tractors and everything.
That's an awful lot of almond trees.
It is.
But what fun, what a lovely thing to be doing.
Yeah.
Emily, what are you going to go for on our board?
Well, I don't want to go for something that's going to be too easy and go too high. So I'm going to go everything I do it for you. Bryan Adams.
OK, Bryan Adams. Well, let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Bryan Adams. It is right. 30 is our low score, 36 where you end up with that. Not bad at all.
Well played, Emily. That's more like it, isn't it? Very nicely done. 16 weeks at #1, the most consecutive weeks of any song ever at #1. His follow-up, Can't Stop This Thing We Started, came into the charts, peaked, and went back out of the charts all at the same time that Everything I Do is still #1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you very much indeed. Now then, Sarah, welcome to Point. Just tell us all about yourself.
I'm a QC analyst. I provide technical support in a chemical manufacturing company.
Very interesting. What do you get up to in your spare time, Sarah?
Well, I've got 3 children, so I don't have any spare time.
No. Spare time? What is this spare time?
Stop it and tidy up. That's spare time, that's all you say.
Yeah. Well, what are your kids called?
They're called Leah, Molly and Elena.
Leah, Molly, Elena. Hello. There we are. Now, Sarah, this board, all yours. Do you want to talk us through the blanks?
I'm far too young to know I Believe, obviously. Mull of Kintyre, I've got an idea, but I'm not 100%. Obviously, Bohemian Rhapsody, that's Queen, but that'll be obvious. And One Dance, I've never even heard of. So I'm going to go for I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston. There we are. You knew that in the end. Yeah, you got that. OK, let's find out how many of our 100 people said Whitney Houston. It's absolutely right. Down he goes 41. Not bad.
Very well done. Yeah, sorry, David. Whitney Houston. You've probably flown to Houston as well, just to add insult to injury.
few
Can you
times,
believe it?
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. Let's fill these in, shall we? You're quite right about Queen for Bohemian Rhapsody. Would have scored you 59 points, so you did well to go for Whitney instead. One Dance, you know that 15 weeks at #1 for Drake.
There we go.
Would have scored you 10. Mull of Kintyre.
Wings.
Exactly. Yeah, it's whether to go for Paul McCartney or Wings is the. I could see the what you're thinking. Wings is the answer. Would have scored 26, and I Believe Frankie Lane.
Ah.
Frankie Lane would have scored 1 point. Very well done if you said I Believe.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 30, the best score of the pass, Ellie. Very well done. Ellie and Adam looking pretty good. Then up to 36. Hooray! Where we find Emily and Max. Then up to 41. Where we find Sarah and TJ. Then I'm sorry, David and Tom. Always tough on that first podium. So, Tom, a nice low score from you in the next pass could sort everything out. So good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Let's put 7 more song titles up on the board. All of these were #1 for at least 9 weeks. Who had these hits? Here we go. We've got Love Is All Around, 1994. Rockabye, 2016. You're the One That I Want, 1978. Cara Mia, 1954. Umbrella, 2007. Two Tribes, 1984. And Crazy, 2006. TJ, welcome. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
My job is a progress chaser.
Oh, a what?
A progress chaser.
A progress chaser.
Whoa.
That's amazing. Do you ever catch up with it, or has progress got the edge on you?
Yeah, I'm more reactive than proactive. Yeah.
OK. None of this means
Whoa.
anything to me.
I wonder what that job
literally
actually is.
Progress chaser. Sounds exhausting.
Basically, I just I work at a production company producing cans and things, and I just look for the machinery if it gets lost, that sort of thing.
Excellent. That sounds like lost machinery, like runaway trains, I'm thinking.
Progress chaser is
Yeah,
a great job
it is
title.
good. Very nice indeed. Now, TJ, you're on 41. 58 or less gets you into round 2. What are we thinking?
I suppose 2 Tribes. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood, says TJ. OK, here is your red line. Let's see if we can get below this red line with Frankie Goes to Hollywood for 2 Tribes. It's right, and you're through. Look at that. It's brilliant. Goes down to 29, which happens, by the way, to be our lowest score so far. So, well done. 70 is your total.
Well played, TJ. 9 consecutive weeks at number 1 for that. And Relax came back up to number 2 while it was at number 1 as well. Sold over 1 million copies of both of those songs.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, and then they did Power of Love, didn't they? Which was huge as well. I mean, they were great songs as well.
Yeah.
They still stand up if you listen to them now.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Max, welcome back, Max. Look, that's more like it. 36. Lovely score there. Remind us all about yourself, Max.
Well, I live, work and play hockey with Emily. But at the moment, it's a really exciting time because I'm just about to become a grandma for the first time.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, any day now.
Very lovely. Of the live, work and play hockey, which do you think, where do the areas of tension tend to accumulate in those 3? It's the hockey, isn't it? It's the hockey.
Yeah.
It's the hockey.
We're both really competitive, absolutely.
Yeah, I was imagining that. Now, Max, 36 is your score at the moment. 63 or less gets you into round 2.
Okay, well, the one that's probably more my era, that I can remember probably better than any of the others, is Love Is All Around, and that's Wet, Wet, Wet.
Wet, 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 says Max, for Love Is All Around. Here's your red line. Let's see if we can get you below that. It's right. And you're through. Very well done. Lovely, 31. Taking your total up to 67.
15 weeks at number 1 for Love Is All Around. It might actually have had more weeks at number 1, but they withdrew it from sale because Marty Pello just said, "Look, everyone is so fed up with this, so
Yes.
I can't keep putting Britain through it." And they had a follow-up single as well on its way, and Julia Says, of course.
Yeah,
which
I
spent
remember that.
fewer weeks at number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Adam, welcome back. Remind us about yourself.
Well, I recently finished my master's degree at John Moores University. I was actually supposed to go and move to Australia for 4 months as part of a placement during that, but that got cancelled. But thankfully it did get cancelled because I wouldn't be with Ellie now if I'd have moved away.
Oh, well, that's very nice. I mean, might it come back at another stage? And then you
I don't think so, but I'd love to visit at some point.
Well, you must. You must. Yeah. Very good. Now, Adam, you're on 30, which means 69 or less gets you through.
Thankfully, there's a couple that I do think I know that haven't been said. Otherwise, I'd have been a little bit stuck. So I'm going to say Umbrella and Rihanna.
Rihanna, says Adam for Umbrella. Here's your red line. It's right, and it's good enough. Look at that. Down it goes to 44, takes your total up to 74.
Yeah, 10 weeks at number 1 during a summer, which was one of the wettest summers on record.
It's like she knew.
So there you go. How about that?
Like she
it's
knew.
like she knew.
Yeah, clever. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Oh, Tom, welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
Welcome. And I'm sorry to say you are already the high scorers for that very educated wrong answer, you know, as we've discovered. Anyway, tell us about yourself, Tom.
Well, I initially trained as an actor. After a few years of doing that and not really going in the direction I wanted it to go, like David, had the travel bug and decided to apply to the airlines and have been cabin crew for 25, 26 years. It's great because me and David know each other so well. We've been able to do trips together and request trips together, which makes it then more like a holiday as opposed to going to. We did a great road trip to Arizona a couple of years ago, and
that's fun.
Which makes it really good. So
really good, excellent. Okay, now Tom, as I say, apologies, you are our high scorers, but still, talk us through the board.
I mean, I really can't. I mean, there's only one that I know, which is obviously I think probably even going to be the highest on the board. So. You're the One That I Want is by John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, I think.
There we are. Let's find out. No red line, obviously, as you're the high scorers, but is it? And how much did they score? It is John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. Very well done. It's a great score. Look at that, 33. Taking your total up to 133.
Well played, Tom. Yeah, we'll be sad to see you go, but at least you got the chance to say, "I will always love you," and you're the one that I want to Zander. So that's nice. So he'll remember you for next time.
Certainly will.
Now, the rest of these, how are you feeling about these? Crazy, do you know?
Yes, that's not CeeLo Green, Niles
Well,
Barkley.
it is CeeLo Green, yeah.
Yes,
but,
Niles Barkley.
As part of Niles Barkley. Would have scored you 7 points. Do you know who his partner in Niles Barkley is?
No.
I'll give you a clue. Same name as someone you voice on television.
Oh, it's Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly, the
There we
producer,
are.
not the cartoon
Not the
character.
cartoon.
Rockabye this was Christmas number 1. It was Clean Bandit.
Clean Bandit.
And would have scored you 5. And this one is a pointless answer. Well done if you said David Whitfield. David Whitfield.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. That brings us to the end of our first round and means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Tom and David, I'm afraid you are that pair. You're going to be back next time, though.
Thank you.
We'll look forward to that very much indeed. I'm sure we'll go much, much further then. But meantime, thank you very much,
Thank
Tom
you.
and David. But for the
you.
remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. There we are, down to 3 pairs, and very well done. Emily and Max, in fact, you were our lowest combined scorers. How's about that? Bit of a turnaround there. And TJ, you were our lowest individual scorer, so well done to you on that far podium. Our category for round 2 this afternoon is royalty. Can you all decide in your pairs who wants to go first, who wants to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many spouses of monarchs since 1066 as they could. Richard.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the first names, actually. So the first names of any spouse of any monarch of England and later Great Britain and the United Kingdom from 1066 onwards, please. Where names are spelt differently, but the same name will only accept it once. But essentially, the first name of anyone who's been the spouse of an English or British monarch.
Thank you.
I bet you'd be good at this.
Oh, I don't know.
It'd be damage limitation for me, I think, but...
Thank you very much indeed. OK, then. Ellie.
This isn't my strongest subject. I can imagine my grandma sat at home shouting the answers at the TV.
What's she saying, I wonder? I mean,
I
take all the
wish I
expletives
knew.
out, but yeah.
I wish I knew. I've got one in my head. I'm hoping it's right. It's the husband of Queen Victoria, Alfred.
Alfred, says Ellie. OK, let's see if Alfred is right. Whoever, it may not have to, it doesn't have to be the husband of Queen Victoria. It could be any spouse of any monarch, but let's see if Alfred is right. Ooh, I'm afraid not Alfred. Sorry, Ellie, that scores you 100 points.
Sorry, Ellie. She did have a son called Alfred, but not a husband.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Emily.
Yeah, again, this is not my strong subject. Watch The Crown, but I don't know whether I can remember her name. I think I'm going to go for Philip.
OK, Philip, why not? Let's take Philip. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Philip is right. And down it goes to 66.
2 Philips have been spousal names. Elizabeth II and Mary as well, of course. Philip and Elizabeth.
No.
That's the longest ever royal marriage. Over 70 years.
There, thank you very much indeed. Richard, now then, Sarah.
Yeah, this ain't good for me either. But thankfully, Ellie's given me a little bit of a clue, so I'm going to go for Albert.
Albert,
Yeah.
says Sarah. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Albert. Albert is right. 100 is our high score, 66 is our low, and you pass the low score, and down you go to 38. Very well done.
You'd have had good money on the first 3 names in this round of being men, wouldn't you? I would have thought,
Yeah.
given what the answers are. But yeah, married to Victoria, absolutely right. They were cousins, of course, but
Yes.
wasn't everyone back then?
Well, weren't they? Weren't they then?
You know what I mean?
So many fewer people.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 38, well done, Sarah, the best score of the pass. Then up to 66, where we find Emily and Max. Then up to 100, where we find Ellie and Adam. Adam, get thinking of a lovely low score. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So there we are. TJ, Remember, we're looking for the name of any spouse of a British monarch since 1066.
Yeah. Catherine?
Catherine, says TJ. Let's see how many of our 100 said Catherine. Here's your red line. Catherine is right. And you are through. And that takes you down to 37. Very well done indeed. 75, your total.
Yeah, lots of Catherines, of course. Henry V was married to a Catherine, Charles II. Henry VIII had three of them.
Yeah.
3 different Catherines.
Tons of Catherines.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Max. Max, you want to be scoring 33 or less with this answer at this stage.
Just randomly, I'm just thinking of a ship, which is the Queen Mary, so I'm going to say Mary.
Mary, says Max. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Mary. Here is your red line. Mary's right. Very well done indeed. You are through. 22 is what that scores you, and 88 is your total.
Queen Mary's, the spouses of James II, Henry IV, and George V. And it was the spouse that George V, the boat, was named after, the Queen Mary.
Ah, yes, yes. There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Adam, I'm afraid you're the high scorers. You are the high scorers, so we will be saying goodbye to you at the end of this round. But why not see if you can leave with maybe a pointless answer? There's got to be some.
Yeah, I might still go for it. I wouldn't know any apart from the most recent ones anyway, really. So I'll just take a stab in the dark and say David.
David. Let's find out how many of our 100 said David. No red line for you as you're the high scorers. No, bad luck. Bad luck. Out in a blaze of glory, though. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 200.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, I think maybe going for a woman's name might have been easier. Eddie, what is your grandmother's name, by the way?
Edna.
Edna. Hello, Edna. How are you? I wonder what Edna is shouting at the screen
Well,
right now.
Well.
I wonder if she's... Do you have any ideas here as to what
could
Edna might be shouting?
Go for, well, Eleanor.
Eleanor would have scored you 5 points.
There you go.
I'll give you some low. So Eleanor and George would have scored 5 points. Charlotte and Margaret would have scored you 2 points each. Edith, Henrietta, Isabella, William would have scored you 1 point each. And here are the pointless answers. Well done if you said Adelaide, Alexandra, Berengaria, who's married to Richard I, Caroline, Joan, Matilda, Philippa, Sophia, and Wallace, who is, of course, married to the man who was briefly Edward VIII. Yeah, absolutely. Very well done if you said any of those. Philip was the top answer, followed by Anne.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, that brings us to the end of our second round. It means we have to say goodbye to another pair. Adam and Ellie, I'm afraid you are that pair. And I think this is where we say a proper goodbye, is it? Yeah. This is it. Oh, well, thank you so much for playing. It's been lovely having you on the show. Safe journey home. And I'm sorry we're not sending you away with a trophy. But Adam and Ellie, thank you so much for playing. For the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Sarah and TJ, Emily and Max. You are now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £2,250. But before we play the head-to-head, let's see if we can't find a couple of pointless answers and try and swell that jackpot a little bit. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many species of the cat family as they could. Richard?
Yeah, you'll see 6 names on the board. As always, 2 of them will be real cats, but that no one mentioned, and 2 of them will be fake. We made them up. See if you can find the pointless ones for 250 quid apiece.
Thank you very much indeed. So, can you find the pointless cats from this list? We have got Salvador, Oncilla, Caracol, Jaguarundi, Odie, and Serval. There we are.
I think Serval's definitely one.
Well, Odie, wasn't that the cat in... Wasn't that Garfield's friend or something?
No
so that won't be a
idea.
cat. I think Salvador's made up because it's Salvador Dali, isn't it? But I think Oncilla. Do you think? Oncilla.
I'm with you. I think Oncilla sounds like a cat. Surely. Shall we find out if Oncilla is a pointless cat? It's a cat. And it's a pointless cat. Very well done indeed, Sarah and TJ. Fantastic. Now then, Emily and Max, we haven't had a double pointless for a very long time.
Pressure.
Could this be the moment?
Okay.
What are you thinking? Talk us through your
I'm
thoughts.
sure Caracal is a cat.
you sure?
I'm
Serval's definitely one, but I think everybody's going to know that one. No, I think we should go with you in Caracal.
Caracal.
Yeah, Caracal.
You're going to go for Caracal?
Yeah.
OK, Caracal. Is it a pointless cat? Well, it's a cat. That's the thing it has to be first. And it goes down to 1, I'm afraid. It's a cat that one of our 100 had heard of. Richard.
Yeah, as you suspected, you'd heard of it. And, you know, the rule usually is don't go for it. Let's look at the rest of these. I think your new Serval was a cat. That would have scored points. Sarah, you quite rightly point out that Odie is Garfield's friend, so that was one of the fake answers. So the big question is, we haven't had a double pointless in 17 shows. Were we about to have one there with Jaguarundi, or is Salvador the pointless answer?
I think you're completely right. I think the Salvador, there's a Dali cat thing there, probably.
Well, I have to say that between the four of you, you absolutely should have aced this round. Sarah, you got both of the red herrings. You're right. Salvador Dali famously used to have an ocelot, had a pet ocelot, Salvador Dali. So he was incorrect. You'd heard of Caracal, you'd heard of Serval, and that only leads on Scylla and Jaguarundi, the other pointless answer. 17 shows without a double pointless we've had now. Amazing, isn't it? Very well done if you got double pointless at home there. And very well done, Sarah, by the way. You virtually worked out that whole board by yourself.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. And well done. You managed to find 1 pointless answer, which means you have added £250 to the jackpot, and it now stands at an altogether rounder £2,500. But who'll be playing for that? Let's find out in the head-to-head. Now, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you are now allowed to confer. Here is your first question, and it's all about leaning buildings. Richard.
Yeah, pictures now are 5 buildings which deviate from the perpendicular, but you have to tell us which countries would you find these buildings in, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal the 5 leaning buildings, and here they come. We've got A. Oh, here's fun. Kilmacduagh Monastery. B.
Whoa.
Sharps Island Light.
That really is leaning.
Oh, it is leaning. No 2 ways about it. C. Ratneshwar Mahadev. D. Turm van Surhuizen. And E. Capitol Gate Tower. OK, now, there we are. Sarah and TJ will go first.
I don't know, I just want to go for that then. Yeah, do you want to go for D? Because will that be Germany? OK, I think we'll go for A, and we're going to say Ireland.
Ireland for Kilmacduagh Monastery. Ireland, say Sarah and TJ. Now, Emily and Max, talk us through these leaning buildings. Where do you think we'd find them?
I'm just wondering if Sharps Island Light is Canada?
I have no idea.
I would have a guess, perhaps at Sri Lanka. D sounds Dutch, so I'd go the Netherlands. Capitol Gate Tower,
I don't know.
the USA, so I don't know. I don't know with any certainty.
Let's go for D.
D, the Netherlands.
D, the Netherlands. So we have Ireland and the Netherlands. Sarah and TJ have gone for Ireland for A, for Kilmacduagh Monastery. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Ireland. Ireland is right. That takes it down to 33. Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, Emily and Max have gone for Turm van Surhuizen and are saying the Netherlands for that. Seems reasonable to me. Let's see how many of our 100 people said the Netherlands. Oh! I was with you all the way there, Netherlands. But I'm afraid not the Netherlands. Sarah and TJ, very well done. After 1 question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, not the Netherlands, that one. If it's not the... I mean, it looks Netherlandic.
I'm German, I suppose.
It's Germany. Exactly right. Germany, very well done if you said that.
Surhuizen looks so Dutch, doesn't it?
It looks really German as well, though.
I suppose.
To be fair. 28 points. 28 Pointen for that. That's German for 28 points.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
I did O-level German. Don't you worry about that. Yeah.
Oh, you see, I didn't, which is why I didn't spot that.
Now, B, Sharps Island Light, that is in the USA. It's in Chesapeake Bay. 8 points if you said it. Only started leaning in the 1970s. It got dislodged by an ice floe. C? Well,
I would have just said India, actually.
Yeah, you're right. That's the Ganges. And that's India. That's got a 9-degree tilt. The Leaning Tower of Pisa's only got a 4-degree tilt. Wow. That's a real tilt.
That's a real tilt. Yeah, absolutely.
Would have scored you 30 points. And the last one, Capitol Gate Tower. What country might that be, and where do they build all these buildings these days?
It's in UAE.
UAE, absolutely, yeah. It's in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, it's Abu Dhabi.
And it's intentional, of course, that tilt.
Yeah.
Would have scored 1 point. Very well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, that brings us to our second question. Emily and Max, you've got to win this one to stay in the game, so very best of luck. Our second question is all about keys. Richard.
Yep, 5 clues now related to the word key or keys.
Thank you. Let's reveal the 5 clues, and here they come. We have got the singer whose 1976 album Songs in the Key of Life features the UK hit single Sir Duke, Harry Potter character who serves as the keeper of keys and grounds at Hogwarts, the US state in which the city of Key West is located, the title of the 2008 Bond film that had a theme song by Jack White and Alicia Keys, and the best-selling author of the romantic fantasy novels The Key Trilogy. There we are. Emily and Max go first.
I think we're going to go for the title of the 2008 Bond film, and I believe that is Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace, say Emily and Max. Now then, Sarah and TJ, can you talk us through that board?
Well, the US state is Florida, but that's probably going to be the highest score, isn't it? We can't remember the Harry Potter character, so I think we're going to go for the top one, which I think the singer, I think it might be Elton John.
Elton John, you're going to say. OK, so we have Quantum of Solace versus Elton John. Emily and Max have gone for the Quantum of Solace. That's Alicia Keys and Jack White. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. There we are. That's a good answer. Down to 9. Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, Sarah and TJ have gone for Elton John as the artist who released Songs in the Key of Life. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. But crucially, is it right? No, not Elton John. Which means very well done indeed. Emily and Max, after 2 questions, you're back in the game. It's 1-1.
Yeah, very well played. Another Way to Die. That's the theme tune to Quantum of Solace. Songs in the Key of Life.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. It's always on the list of top 10 albums of all time, isn't it? Would have scored you 17 points. The Harry Potter character.
Hagrid.
Hagrid, yep. Rubius Hagrid, played by Robbie Coltrane, of course. In the films, 41 for that. You're quite right about the US state. It was Florida. Would have scored you 63. And this is the best answer. In fact, this is a pointless answer.
I don't know it.
Nora Roberts. Nora Roberts. Very well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Here comes your third question. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Our third question is all about Hitchcock films, Richard.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the titles now of 5 films directed by Alfred Hitchcock, but they're in the form of anagrams. Whichever team gives us the most obscure answers going through to play for that jackpot. Very best of luck to all of you.
Thank you very much indeed. So here come our Hitchcock anagrams, and we've got Bedshirt, 1963, Blonde Plus, 1945, Thy Brownest Thorn, 1959, Narrow Wide, 1954, and Shy Cop, 1960. Sarah and TJ will go first.
I think we should go for that, yeah. OK, so we're going to go for the 1959 one as North by Northwest.
OK, Thy Brownest Thorn, North by Northwest. Now, Emily and Max, can you talk us through that board?
I think the first one is The Birds.
Yep.
Blonde Plus, I don't know. Narrow Wide, no idea. And maybe 1960 Psycho. Which one do you want to go for?
Psycho, 1960.
OK, Psycho. So we have got North by Northwest and we've got Psycho. Sarah and TJ went for North by Northwest for Thy Brownest Thorn. Let's see how many of our 100 got that. Is right. And that goes down to 16. Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, Emily and Max have gone for Psycho for Shy Cop from 1960. Let's see how many of our 100 got Psycho. Psycho is right. 55 for Psycho, which means very well done indeed, Sarah. And TJ, after 3 questions, you're through to the final 2-1.
Yeah, very well played. You're very quick with the anagrams as well. I can hear you going through them. You were quite right about bedshirt being the birds. That would have scored you 44 points. Now, how are you with these? Narrow,
I've got
wide?
narrow wide is rear window.
Rear window, yep. That would have scored 21 points. Now, this answer would have beaten North by Northwest. Have you got this one at home? This is a tough... I looked at the answer and it doesn't look like an anagram of this, I have to say. It's one word.
Got it. Spellbound.
Spellbound, absolutely. Very well done at home if you said Spellbound, would have got you 1 point. But it doesn't look like an anagram of that.
No, it really doesn't. There we go. Thank you very much indeed. Well, that brings us to the end of our head-to-head round. I'm afraid the pair leaving us at the end of that, Emily and Max, you've done incredibly well. You're back for one last shot, and I'm sure you might be able to take it one step further. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyway, meantime, thank you so much, Emily and Max. But for Sarah and TJ, it's now time for the Pointless Final. Huge congratulations, Sarah and TJ. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy.
Great.
You now get a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £2,500. There it is. Oh, very well done indeed. You've come, you've seen, you've conquered just in one show. I mean, that's very impressive indeed. So you're taking home a couple of shiny, coveted, deeply coveted Pointless trophies. Wouldn't it be nice if you could take the jackpot with you as well? What do you want to see come up in this last round?
Monarchs.
Chemical elements, maybe? Something to do with that?
I mean, you know what it's like in this round. 4 totally random things will appear on the board, probably including a couple of things that have been hanging around for quite a long time, but you never know. Let's see. We've got Directing Richards, Pink Things, Decades of the Turner Prize, and the 2020 Tour de France.
Well, we don't really know about directors, full stop, do we? Turner Prize, no. We don't follow cycling. So I'm guessing Pink Things could... Well, it could be anything, couldn't it?
Well, it's nice and random.
Yeah.
OK?
Yeah.
Pink Things?
Yeah.
There we are, Pink Things.
OK, very, very best of luck. I wonder if you could tell us an answer for one of the following 3 things, please. We are looking for any actors in the movie Pretty in Pink, according to IMDb. Anyone credited with appearing in that movie? We are looking for any UK Top 40 album by Pink Floyd. That's up to the end of, up to the beginning of 2021, according to Official Charts Company. Or we are looking for any underground station on the Hammersmith and City line, please. So actors in Pretty in Pink, UK Top 40 albums by Pink Floyd, and underground stations on the Hammersmith and City line. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yeah.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK. I don't know anything about Pretty in Pink. Never seen it, have you?
No.
Pink Floyd, there's an album called Relics, and I think there was one called The Wall, but I think they'll be... No, not they. So it's down the underground, isn't it, really? What's on the Pink line? I can't think. What? Shall we just punt at some tube stations?
Yeah.
What do you think, like... quickly, we got long. I think some that are not... Green Park, that's got loads of lines going through it, hasn't it? King's Cross would be really obvious for it, and that's got loads. I don't know. Trying to... What's the name? Should we try that one? Is it? I don't know.
10 seconds left.
Should we just go for the albums and then go for Green Park? I don't know what else to go for. Yeah, should we just do that then? Yeah, OK.
OK, sounds like you've decided on your 3 answers. There's your minute finishing. What can you give me?
OK, so we're going to go for 2 Pink Floyd albums.
Yeah.
We'll go for Relics.
Relics.
And The Wall.
The Wall.
And then we're going to take a guess at an underground station. We're going to go for Green Park.
Green Park. OK, of those 3, which one do you think you want to put as your best shot at a pointless?
Probably, if it's right, Green Park.
Green Park we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
The Wall.
The Wall, and we put Relics in the middle. Yeah. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got The Wall, we've got Relics, and we've got Green Park. Well, very, very best of luck. Quite a nice jackpot, £2,500. What would you like to do with it if you were to take that home with you?
Well, we talked about maybe putting it towards maybe a family holiday. But TJ's a poker player, so he quite likes the idea of going to Vegas. The parents don't like the idea of looking after the kids.
Right.
And I want a hot tub.
A family holiday it is, then. OK, very, very good. TJ, anything you want to add to that?
No, that's about
No?
right. Yeah.
You know, it might have been a challenge to come up with a different answer. OK, your first answer was The Wall. In this case, in fact, the first two cases, we are looking for Pink Floyd albums. Let's find out if The Wall is a pointless Pink Floyd album. How many people said it? The Wall is right. For £2,500, is it pointless? That's the question. Will it go all the way down to 0, going down through the 30s, down through the 20s to 22? Not bad, but not pointless. So let's move on to your next answer, Relics. We're still on Pink Floyd albums. Let's find out for £2,500 if Relics is pointless. Relics is right. Well, The Wall took us all the way down to 22. Relics now takes us down through the 30s and the 20s, passing 22 into single figures. Still going down with Relics, still going down with 1. That's amazing. That's a great answer. But one of our 100 people knew Relics. So I'm afraid we have to turn to your third and final answer. Green Park, a little bit of a shot in the dark, this one. Who knows, though? Sometimes these things land where you want them to. For £2,500. Is Green Park a pointless underground station on the Hammersmith and City line? Green Park. Oh, no. Bad luck. Oh, you took us close to the wire there. That was very exciting indeed, but I'm afraid you didn't manage to find the all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't go home with today's jackpot. But you do get to take home a pointless trophy, so very well done for that.
Yes, so close. Really, really unlucky. Very well played as well. Yeah, Green Park not on that line, I'm afraid. It has got all sorts of lines going through it, so it was a pretty good guess. Actors in Pretty in Pink, let's start with that, shall we? The following answers would have been pointless. Annie Potts plays Bo Peep in the Toy Story movies as well. Annie Potts does the voice. Dweezil Zappa, Frank Zappa's son, Gina Gershon, John Cryer, who later went on to be in 2.5 Men. Everyone pointless there apart from Molly Ringwald, Andrew McCarthy, Harry Dean Stanton and James Spader. Everyone else is a pointless answer, so well done if you got one. Pink Floyd albums, some big albums on this list. Firstly, A Momentary Lapse of Reason is a pointless answer. Obscured by Clouds, The Endless River and The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Also a pointless answer. Very, very well done if you said that at home. More is a pointless answer. There's a collection of great dance songs. That was a pointless answer as well. A Foot in the Door, the best of Pink Floyd. That would have won you the money too. And now those underground stations. A lot of pointless answers here. You could have had Baker Street, Farringdon, Mile End, West Ham, Barking, Bow Road, Bromley by Bow, East Ham, Edgware Road, Euston Square, Goldhawk Road, Great Portland Street, Ladbroke Grove, Latimer Road, Plaistow, Royal Oak, Shepherd's Bush Market, Stepney Green, Upton Park, Westbourne Park, and terminating at Wood Lane. Very well done if you got any of those.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard, and thank you so much, Sarah and TJ. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That'll therefore be rolling over into the next show, when we will be playing for £3,500. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.